Welcome to the 10th session of classification and prediction. In this particular session, we will discuss about accuracy and error measures. So, we are calculating how we can able to calculate the accuracy of a classifier and error measures of prediction. So, those methods and the formulas will discuss in this particular session. In our earlier session, we have discussed so many algorithms and so many methods how to find out the classification model and prediction model. So, once as I have in very earlier session I have discussed about how we can able to use the classification. It is a two-step process. One is model creation and use of model. So, once you are creating a classifier model or prediction model, we have to check whether it is accurately classifying a tuple or not. So, what are the different measures or methods to check that accuracy? That is the content of this particular session. So, this session includes our course outcome 6, that is to identify and apply the algorithm and techniques for classification and its application, which covers our 3 program outcomes of engineering, that is program outcome 1, apply the knowledge of mathematics, program outcome 5, select and apply appropriate techniques and modern engineering IT tool, program outcome 4, that is analyze and synthesis of the information to provide valid conclusion. The content of the session includes introduction, classification accuracy measure, classifier accuracy measure, predictor error measure and summary. Introduction. After train a classifier or predictor, there may be many questions going through our mind. So, once we are done with the training phase of the classifier and prediction model, after building that classifier and prediction, we have lot of questions in our mind. For example, suppose we used to data from previous sales to train the classifier to predict the customer purchasing behavior. So, suppose that is a shopping mall database where we have a data set where we can able to track the previous sales record and train our classifier. So, why we are going to train our classifier? To predict the particular customer purchasing behavior. We would like to estimate how accurately the classifier can predict the purchasing behavior of the future customer, that is future customer data on which the classifier has not been trained. So, we cannot know in future what will happen. Our trend or our model or classifier model is trained from the previous data or from the existing data of a customer database. Then how we can able to train our model so that it can correctly predict the future customers shopping behavior, that are aim and objective. Introduction continuing. We may even have tried different methods to build more than one classifier or predictor and now wish to compare their accuracy. Here there are 3 questions raised. Based upon this, we have arranged 3 sessions for these 3 questions. First is, what is accuracy? So, here what is accuracy? It is the topic of this particular session. How can we estimate it? How can you estimate the accuracy? That is the content of the next session. Are there any strategy for increasing the accuracy of the learned model? That is for the third session. So, this accuracy we have designed in 3 sessions, where in first session we will discuss the accuracy of the classifier or predictor, how we can able to find out what is that the concept. Then what are the method to estimate it, that is the second session content, and strategies to increase the accuracy for the learned model is a third session content. So, first we will focus on classifier accuracy measure. What it is? The accuracy of a classifier on a given test set is the percentage of test set tuples that are correctly classified by the classifier. So, here the accuracy of a classifier on a given test set, so on which we are testing our model. As in our earlier session, I have discussed the in classifier we are making a classifier or the model based on the training set, and we are checking the accuracy upon the testing set. So, once your classifier model is ready and it is trained with the train tuple or training set tuple, then we are applying that classifier on the testing set and we are checking what is the percentage of test tuples that are correctly classified by the classifier. According to that, we can see what is the accuracy rate of the classifier. In the pattern recognition literature, this is also referred to as the overall recognition rate of the classifier, that is, reflects how well the classifier recognizes tuples of the various classes. Suppose you are having n number of classes, how well your classifier is suitable to classify the different tuples of different class correctly. We can also speak of the error rate or misclassification rate of a classifier M, which is simply 1 by accuracy of M. Suppose M is a classifier which will help you to classify the tuple where testing tuple we are applying. So that accuracy can be simply given by 1 minus, suppose that misclassification rate can be calculated or error rate can be calculated by 1 minus accuracy of M, where SCCM is the accuracy of M. So, SCCM accuracy of M, it will be the percentage presented in the percentage of the percentage where your classifier, how much it will classify a tuple correctly. So, misclassification means that is the error rate. So, that should be deducted from 1. So, 1 minus accuracy of M. 1 minus accuracy of M. If we were to use the training set to estimate the error rate of a model, this quality is known as resubstitution error. So, when you want use the training set, you are using a training set to estimate the error rate of a model. Suppose we are applying the making a model from the training set and applying on the training set to calculate the error. This quantity is known as resubstitution error. Suppose you are getting any error, that is known as resubstitution error. This error estimate is optimistic of the tuple true error rate. That means similarly it is corresponding to a accuracy estimate is optimistic, because the model is not tested on any samples that has not already seen, because we have made the model from the training tuple and we are applying the model on that. So that's why it is very optimistic, or we can say it. Now same classifier accuracy measures continue. The confusion matrix is a useful tool for analyzing how well the classifier can recognize tuples of different classes. As I have already told you, we are having, suppose we are having n number of tuples of different classes, how well your classifier can able to classify that you can able to shown as in a confusion matrix. So given a m classes, a confusion matrix is table of at least size by m by m. So here m cross m confusion matrix should be there for m number of classes. An entry to CMI, that is the class label of m is a number of class, j, the first m rows and m columns indicate the number of tuples of class I that were labeled by the classifier as a class j. So here this, if you are taking a confusion matrix, entry to CMI, j in the first m row. So first m row and m column indicates the number of tuple of the class I that were labeled by the classifier j. So how many number of tuples are there and how many number of classes are there, that you have. For a classifier to have a good accuracy, ideally most of the tuples would be represented along a diagonal of the confusion matrix from entry CM1 to entry CMM, that is m with the rest of the entries being close to 0. So that it is easily understood in the confusion matrix in the next slide. The table may have additional rows and columns to provide totals or recognition rates per class. Here given two classes, we can talk in terms of positive tuples. Now suppose what is a positive tuple? Tuples of the main class of interest, example bias computer yes. So suppose bias computer is a class label attribute where the tuple belonging to the class bias computer yes, versus negative tuple, that is tuple belonging to bias computer no. So positive tuple and negative tuple. Positive tuple means which is true for the class presence of the class or that belongs to that class. Negative tuples means which is false, which does not belong to that class. Now, what is true positive and what is true negatives? True positive refers to the positive tuple that are correctly labeled by the classifier. Now, suppose we are having positive tuple, that means that tuple belongs yes category. For example, bias computer yes category. So, it refers to the positive tuple that are correctly labeled by the classifier, and correctly we have labeled it as positive. That means bias computer is equal to yes. While true negative are the negative tuples that are correctly labeled by the classifier. So true negative means these are the negative tuple, correctly it is labeled by the classifier that bias computer is equal to no. That is for example. Now what is false positive and what is false negative? False positive are the negative tuples that are incorrectly labeled. Example, tuple belongs to bias computer no, for which the classifier predicted bias computer is equal to yes. False positive, that means the tuples are not actually positive tuple. Falsely it is shown as a positive tuple. Actually the tuple belongs to a negative category, but your classifier shows they are in positive category. That is what false positive. Now what is false negative? It is the positive tuple that are incorrectly labeled. Suppose we are having in positive category, that is for example bias computer yes, but the classifier predicts that bias computer is equal to no. So falsely it has been shown as negative, but actually they are the positive tuples. So these four terms you have to remember. Now you can able to see here, this is a confusion matrix where here we are having a predicted class and here we are having a actual class. So that means the value can be generated predicted response variable for class C1 and C2. Suppose here for this example we have taken yes and no. C1 yes is one category, no is another category. C1 and C2, actual class is also C1 and C2. So there are two classes, that's why the confusion matrix is m by n, that means 2 by 2. It is a 2 by 2 confusion matrix. So here we can able to see that this particular point it shows true positive. So true positive means positive tuple correctly classified by the classifier, that is positive. C2 is a false negative, that means negatively tuple that are classified by the classifier positive. Then false positive, that means false positive means negative tuples, actually they are negative tuples incorrectly labeled by the classifier that it is positive, falsely positive. So here positive tuple incorrect positive, this false positive is a negative tuple incorrectly classified by positive. Here it is positive tuple incorrectly classified by the classifier, that is negative. So just see the difference. Now true negative tuples truly classified by the classifier, they are negative. So these four terms you have to remember. These are the place. This place is true positive, false negative, false positive and true negative. Next, are there alternative to the accuracy measure? Suppose that we have trained a classifier to classify your medical data tuples as either cancer or not cancer. Now we have a question, suppose whether we have a data tuple, we have to classify that whether that patient is a cancerous patient or non-cancerous patient. So an accuracy rate of 90% may make the classifier seems quite accurate, but while if only say 3 to 4% of the training tuple are actually cancerous. Now suppose for that if you check the accuracy, that 90% may make the classifier seems quite accurate, it will give you correct result. But what happened if in that training tuple, while making up the model for that classifying the cancerous or non-cancerous, the training tuple belongs to only 3 to 4% training tuple which actually belongs to cancer. So your classifier can classify accurately a non-cancerous patient, but a cancerous patient it cannot able to identify. So clearly an accuracy rate 90% may not be acceptable in that case. The classifier could correctly labeling only the non-cancerous tuple, because the training tuple we have taken to build our classifier, most of the training tuple belongs to the category non-cancerous. So your model can learn about the features of non-cancerous cancerous, but As we are having only 3 to 4% training tuple which is cancerous, the model fails to learn about the features of the cancerous patient. So that is why this 90% of accuracy is not taken acceptable. Now, the sensitivity and specificity measures can be used respectively for this purpose. So here, what is sensitivity? It is referred as the tuple, that is positive recognition rate, that is the proportion of positive tuples that are correctly identified. So sensitivity is nothing but it is the proportion of positive tuple which is correctly identified as a positive tuple. That means it is the true recognition. Now what is specificity? It is the true negative rate, that is the proportion of negative tuples that are correctly identified. In addition, we may use precision to assess the percentage of tuples labeled as cancer that accurately label the cancerous tuple or classify the cancerous. These measures are defined as, you can see the formula for sensitivity, that is positive tuple correctly labeled as positive, so true positive divided by number of positive. Specificity is true negative divided by number of negativity. Then precision is equal to true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. So these are the formula with the use of which we can calculate the accuracy of the classifier. Here in the formula, TPOS, that is the true positive, is the number of true positive, that is cancer tuple that are correctly classified as such. Positive is the number of positive cancer tuple. True negative is the number of true negative, that is not cancer tuple that are correctly classified as such, and negative is the number of negative tuple, that is the not cancerous tuple. And F positive, false positive, is the number of false positive, that is not cancer tuple that are incorrectly labeled as cancer. So here, while taking negative tuple incorrectly, it is classified as cancer. Also we are having harm because the patient has to undergo so many tests and so many cost will be involved in that. And another thing is much more dangerous than this, that is a false negative. So it's a negative tuple and incorrectly it is classified by the false negative positive tuple, incorrectly it is classified by the classifier that negative. That means the person is having cancer and by mistake with the misclassification, due to the misclassification we are getting it is non-cancerous. So the life may be in risk. So while choosing this you have to be very careful. It can be shown that accuracy is a function of sensitivity and specificity. So here finally we have a formula for accuracy where accuracy is equal to sensitivity into positive by positive plus negative plus specificity into negative by positive plus negative. So up to this we have discussed about classifier accuracy. Now we will discuss about predictor error measures. So what is predictor error measures? So how can we measure the predictor accuracy? Now as you know that prediction can predict a continuous, it is a continuous valued function. Let dt be at least a test set from where x1 y1, x2 y2 and xd yd. D is the number of tuples in the data set D. xd yd where the xi are the n-dimensional test tuples with associated known value of y for a response variable y, and d is the number of tuples in dt. Now suppose we are taking this x1 y1 x2 y2 up to xd yd from the data set D, and here xi represents the n-dimensional test samples or test tuples which is associated with the value yi. So yi is the expected value, predicted value for xi. For response variable y, and d is the number of tuples in dt. So here since predictors return continuous value rather than the categorical label, it is difficult to say exactly whether the predicted value yi dash for xi is correct or not. So this yi is a response variable or response value for the tuple xi. Okay. So x1 y1, x1 is the actual value given, y1 is the actual response value. Then yi dash is equal to y1 dash is the predicted value. and we are getting the difference between yi dash and yi to generate the error. So we instead look at how far a predicted value is from actual known value. So this we are calculating how far your predicted value from the actual known value is generating the error. Here loss functions measures are used as the error between yi and the predicted value between yi dash. So here the predicted value yi dash we have calculated and response value it is given yi. So loss function is used to find out the difference. So the common loss functions are two error we are calculating here, absolute error and squared error. Absolute error is yi minus yi dash mod. So that means this is the difference between the actual response value minus the predicted response value mode value. Squared error is yi minus yi dash to the power 2. So that means it is the square of the difference generated by the actual response value minus predicted response value. So the test error rate or the generalization error is the average loss over the test set. Thus we get the following error rate. The mean square error exaggerates the presence of outliers while the mean absolute error does not. So here we are having again the formula for mean absolute error and mean squared error. For mean absolute error, the formula is I is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to d yi minus yi dash mod divided by d. Here d is nothing but the total number of tuples. And mean squared error is summation of I is equal to 1 to d yi minus yi dash square divided by d. So you remember in these two formula yi is the actual response value, yi dash is the predicted response value. So if we were to take the square root of the mean squared error, suppose we are taking this square root of this mean squared error, the resulting error measure is called root mean squared error. So if you are putting a root to this particular formula, it will be known as root mean square error. We may want the error to be relative to what it would have been if we have just predicted the mean value for y from the training data d. Suppose we have just calculated the mean value of y from the training data d. That is, we can normalize the total loss by dividing the total loss incurred from the always predicting the mean. It is reflected in the formula. So relative measures of the error include relative absolute error, that is summation of I is equal to 1 to d yi minus y dash mod divided by d summation of divided by summation of I is equal to 1 to d yi minus y mean. So here this relative absolute error, this is the formula already we have discussed earlier, divided by the yi is the actual response value minus mean of the response value. So here y mean is the mean value of the yi dash of the training tuple, that is y mean is equal to I summation of I is equal to 1 to t yi divided by d. So response value always yi it has been predicted, then you are calculating all the predicted value divided by number of tuples. Like that, relative squared error is summation of I is equal to 1 to d yi minus yi dash square, that is a squared error we are using here and absolute error here using here, divided by summation of I is equal to 1 to d yi minus y mean square. So in square manner we are dividing with the squared value of the actual response value and predicted response value and mean of predicted response value. Then here we are calculating the absolute mean root mean value for the relative absolute error. Now summary. For classifier, we have used the term sensitivity, specificity and precision are useful alternatives to the accuracy measure, particularly when the main class of interest is in minority. So here actually we are taking some, we have to calculate the true positive, true negative, false positive and false negative. Based upon that, we are explaining the formulas for sensitivity and specificity and precision. These three can be worked together to generate the formula for classification accuracy. So here in classifier accuracy we are calculating how well your classifier is to classify a data tuple x, what is the percentage of that, or we can generate the error rate by 1 minus accuracy of the classifier. Then there are many measures of predictor error. So how we can able to measure the predicted error? For that, the mean squared error, the mean absolute error, relative square error and relative absolute error. So these are the different formula or method through which we can calculate the error for the prediction. In case of prediction, we know the actual response value, it is given, and we are calculating the predicted response value for a particular model by using a particular model. Then the difference of actual response value and predicted response value can be calculated, and the error, whatever the error can be generated, that error can be defined by whether it is a mean squared error, whether it is a mean absolute error, whether it is a relative squared error, or whether it is a relative absolute error. So already we have discussed the formula for this in our earlier slide. So with this we have concluded the first question, what is classifier, means how what is the accuracy of the classifier and error measures for the prediction. So we have discussed in this section. In the next session we will discuss what are the different things, different techniques through which we can calculate the accuracy of the classifier. And in the third session we will see how to increase the accuracy. So with this we conclude our this session. Thank you.